And do we have a shoe for you today? We have a big shoe today. Oh, we're at Kermit's having lunch in Battaglia. I don't know if they have apple pie, but that seems to be awfully... Well, my phone has been out of service. But then again, I've been out of service, actually. Got sick from my trip. Had to take these antibiotics for 3 days. Look at this stuff. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, what's going on? What's the update on everything here? Let me just get it all out in one breath. If we can do that, perhaps. Well, we're going to be enjoying our leisurely lunch at Kermit's. Okay, so the update. All right. Seems that our boy Johnny's having a little conniption there. He's getting awfully defensive. I wonder why. Well, you know what? If my girlfriend's teeth are that big, maybe she should just take a big old bite of your sorry ass. Yeah, remember, Johnny, they all float, Johnny, they all float. And you'll float too, I'll guarantee you that. But I do notice a pattern going on with him. Oh yeah, I wrote him a few times on the email, and he wrote back, does this sound familiar, guys? I never said anything. I don't know what you're talking about. I never talk about your girlfriend. Has he been taking lessons from the cockroach? Is that what's going on? My gulai. I guess so. Yeah, Johnny is the kind of guy that he really thrives on the attention. I wonder why. I really wonder why. What's his real background and history besides what I've shared to you, which, by the way, is the truth. It's the absolute truth. He did that. He absolutely did that with an ex. And he got out of that because he coerced her with maybe a little money or something. And, yeah, it happened. It happened. But I think he's a little upset right now because he has been on the attack of the cockroach quite a bit. And the cockroach has not been putting any shows on. Well, I know the reason for that. I'm not going to share everything on here, because actually from now on, anything legal, I'm not going to be talking about on my show. I think it's better, I kind of believe that silence is golden on certain topics. Yeah. The least people know, the better it is. And the better for me, actually. But I had to address the Johnny thing. Johnny's a little upset with me. This is the man who turns on a dime, on a peso, and gives me over $600 once. Then turns on me and says I'm a bad man. Well, why would you give a bad man, bad man, you make me feel so good? Why would you give me over $600? What kind of a fool are you, man? To give me over $600 if you really felt that way about me. I don't know, you attracted to me or something. I don't know what the story is. But it's a known fact he gave me over $600. Now, he must have thought pretty highly of me at this time, so what turned him around? That's a good question. I can't tell you for sure. It's just that, well, when he started supporting the cockroach at some point, people turned on him. He didn't like that. So, I kind of brought that up a few times, and I kind of pissed him off a little bit. Henceforth, I think where we are today, so now we want to concentrate on, well, what's the common thing to do on it? Talk about somebody's woman. So she has an overbite. Big fucking deal. I find it sexy. And as I said, if she's got a set of choppers, she should get those choppers on your lily white ass. That's what I think she should do. Bite your ass. We gotta have a little bit of humor on here today, guys. It just gets you by. Yeah, I picked up something in Baguio is what happened. And when I mean pick up, I don't mean pick up something, It was challenging. We enjoyed ourselves nevertheless, but I think as a first visit, that's fine. It was awfully polluted. I ain't gonna lie about that. And it was challenging in that way. So I picked up something either on the plane, and the doctor didn't know whether it was viral or bacterial, but because I'm a senior, he had to give me a regimen of a regiment of a 3-day course on antibiotics. That's not ribs. What is that?
You don't have no stocks.
So I'm off to chicken again?
No.
What is that? I'm eating something. We ordered ribs, but they were out of ribs. So that's chicken. Wow. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm surprised I don't grow feathers. So you decided this as an alternative? Okay, I guess it's more chicken, folks, you know. No, the Baguio trip was okay. I enjoyed going up the mountains. I really did. It was really the best part of the trip that I found anyway. But remember, I was surrounded on the plane by people that were coughing their ass out behind my seat. And the way back, it was the same thing. We had this interesting group of people on there. I could swear they're from the television show Portlandia. They had to be. I never asked them where they were from, but I would guess that they were from Portland, Oregon. If you know anything about Portland, Oregon, you got a very strange group of people living out there. And unless you've actually seen the TV show Portlandia, you probably wouldn't understand. But these people were right off the set. The way the makeup, the way they dressed, the hair, the clothing. Man, it was a scene taken out of Portlandia. I kid you not. And I should have actually asked them. And if they came back with Portland, well, I guess I know my people then. Amazing, actually. Okay, on the, let's do all the updates on here. Oh, let's see. Who did a show about another poor schlep over 5 years, dished out of about 8 million pesos, some chick he never met. When do these guys learn? You know, loneliness is a pretty heavy-duty thing, guys. It drives men to do really stupid things. Well, it goes for women, too. Let's not, leave out the women. They'll get together with bums. Oh, by the way, I'd like to straighten out a little history here. You don't mind? I owned a house in Seattle, too. Got to get your record straight now. For those that feel that I'm so broke, that I can afford to buy a house, to take a vacation, blah, 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 to buy everything I want. All right, let's get something straight. Johnny, you got your pencils all sharpened? Okay. I did 2 bankruptcies in my life. And I did not include the house when I owned it. I wound up selling the house because it was your only residence. You get away with that. That was not included. I mentioned something about that because I didn't want some greedy relatives to know that I actually sold my house. I hope that explains that. Yeah. That's what I did. Certain people I didn't want to know that I actually sold my house. And you'd be surprised who I didn't want to know. So, the basis of my money, I eventually moved out to Hawaii at the time, was I put a down payment on my house. Actually, I owned a lot already, and I'm just trying to straighten out the information because you guys seem to be a little bit confused. Okay? Okay. I forgive you, though. I do. Sorry, I am eating. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so I wound up selling the house at a pretty good profit because I was getting ready to go fly the coop, get the hell out of Seattle, and my future endeavors. The house was already being built, laid down a down payment on there, and the rest was mortgage. And then came to the point where I sold the house. Now, I wasn't without money, my friends. I use that term loosely. No, I wasn't. I had saved up money, plus I had money from the house. Because in between selling the house and moving to Hawaii, I rented for a short while a really cheap apartment. I didn't need anything special. Now, keep in mind, I was also on a disability. Actually, it was through my program I had while working, where I was paying basic and long-term disability. So I was getting checks coming in every 2 weeks. Full salary. Good shape. So, money from the house, money from my salary, and whatever else I'd saved. Then came the move to Hawaii, where I sold my house eventually, pretty good profit, and here I am today. So just that, the information highway, so it doesn't get too confusing for some of you note takers out there. There you go. Now, more modern update. Remember we talked about buying a piece of land over near the port? A commercial piece of land. Here you go. Bought it and sold it for a very nice profit. So there you go. And not only that, but we do have a string of income coming in from another source. It has to do with, guess what? Another investment. No. Okay. We're not like on a monthly basis living like a king and queen, but out here we are. A lot of people joke about $3,400 a month, but that's the tip of the iceberg. Because it also has nothing to do with what I have in the bank, which is nobody's business. A lot of people talk about what they're living on here, on the internet, as part of their storytelling. And how much does it take to live in the Philippines? So I didn't mind talking about that. It's not a big deal to me. But the one thing people got to remember is don't judge a book by its cover. So, with that being said, word of mouth does not mean the truth. Obviously, you figure that out. And there's a lot of word of mouth on YouTube, is there not? Same dog that was here last time, checking me out. Jesus Christ. Alright, that's the news on that. People so concerned about my financial welfare. There's no concern at all. I mean, I appreciate your concern, but it don't affect you in any way. We are okay. Sorry about that. I am hungry, so I am eating. So you want to be updated on the Barry J situation, don't you? I don't have anything to report to you, and it's really not my job to report to you. I'm keeping that stuff. Well, I'm not saying I have nothing, but nothing that I'm willing to share. It's a very simple situation. Well, Not real simple. The fact is that our boy has a pretty good nest egg. Almost 9 months of savings from his Social Security. And the man has choices to make. To get a lawyer or to not get a lawyer. Now, one of the reasons he's been kind of hesitant. Now, of course, if he gets money from y'all, because he don't want to spend his money. And that's the whole idea. Then he'll get a lawyer. But his idea is this. In the eventuality, God knows when that'll be, that he's able to get deported, he will have money to get set up after he probably serves more time in America for his felony for child support. He'll need money for bail, or he'll need money to survive. So that's why he did the story again and again about his Social Security. I mean, how many people really buy into that? I mean, seriously? And of course, he's still together with his girlfriend. I've seen some videos she did, and she had the ring on. Another lie, of course. What did you expect? And you know what? You people, you buy all this stuff. And that's why some of you believe everything about me. You buy all this stuff because somebody told you. Or said something. Well, gee, if it's on YouTube, it must be true, huh? Well, we have proved people wrong before, haven't we? Indeed we have. Indeed. So moving on. In regards to the cockroach, he either puts money toward a lawyer or he doesn't. That's his choice. Truthfully, even if he did have a lawyer and wanted to put the money toward a lawyer, there's not really much a lawyer can do for him. Not really. All she could do is do a plea down or something. Or maybe say, well, wait a minute. He said a few things to him a few times that we thought was wrong. Well, whether I did or not, let's put it this way. For 4 years, calling me a fucking pedophile for 4 years and threatening my life, I would say that's quite a long haul of, and quite a determination on a continual basis of degrading a man. What defense does she have for that, or he, you, whatever the lawyer may be? I don't think there's any defense on that. I mean, that's my thoughts. So, whether he gets a lawyer, doesn't get a lawyer, I don't think it's going to make a difference. All the lawyer can do is plead for lesser charges. And what are the lesser charges? We don't know. We don't know exactly what his punishment will be. The court finds him guilty. So instead of getting 5 years or something in jail, he might wind up with 3 or 4. But it doesn't mean he's going to get away with just a slap on the wrist. To be honest with you, I would be awfully surprised. Awfully surprised. I don't think it's going to go that way. But then again, I don't know. What mood is the judge in, you know? I couldn't tell you. But I know one thing. You're either guilty of something or you're not. Right, Johnny? You're either guilty of something or you're not. It's one way or the other. And if the evidence exists to prove the man guilty, there are going to be charges on him. There are going to be conviction. And he's probably not going to like it. Well, that's pretty much my update. Still alive. I'm recovering from this sinusitis, whatever you call it. And we're out having lunch today. And picked up my phone. So we accomplished a few things today. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. And Mr. Blaze. You know, I've been in communication, Mr. Blaze. What the hell is he doing? Oh, that dog. Yeah. You seem to have a problem, sir. Hope you take care of it. You're kind of following the path of the cockroach. Although you're against the cockroach, you donated to the cockroach. You're like a walking, talking contradiction, aren't you, Johnny? Oh, yes, you are. Pardon me, the whole time I've been eating lunch. Couldn't wait. I apologize about that. But anyway, that's what I have to say on today's show.
Good morning, Rice.
I'm fine now. And everything is kosher. You know what I'm saying. Oh, one more thing. What was on my mind? I was listening to Philippines Information Channel. Stevie Boy. Interesting guy.
Just a rice.
Interesting guy. Does he eat rice?
No.
The dog won't eat rice.
You don't eat rice?
What respectable dog does not eat rice in the Philippines? I remember that dog from last time. You need to pay. You pay. Okay. David's talking about some toxicity in the world, in the Philippines, on YouTube. That might be my next show, is on toxicity. We're going to go into it a little bit stronger and find out and understand why people are driven so much toxicity. Would that be a good show, guys? Frank out.